Hello and welcome everyone to the Sky Coding. So from today onwards, we are going to start a new topic, that is zero copy cloning. We will discuss all the theory of zero copy cloning, that what is copy cloning and why we call it as a zero copy cloning, why we are not calling it as simply copy cloning or simply cloning. Okay, and we will discuss some of the advantages of zero copy cloning, and after that we will do lab work of the zero copy cloning, that how can we clone the database, schema and table and all these things. Okay, we will do the cloning as well, and we will do verification of some of the things, that whether we are doing the any changes in the source table, then it is affecting in the clone table or not, and all those practicals we will do in this video only. Okay, and in the earlier videos talking about in the earlier videos we have covered all about the data loading from the internal stages and from the external stages from the AWS S3 bucket. Okay, and we have created AWS S3 free trial account as well. Okay, if you haven't seen my those videos, data loading from AWS S3 internal stages, and then you can visit my description box and you can watch those videos on the data loading. Okay, so in this video we will discuss all those topics of zero copy cloning only. Okay, because it is a very best feature which is available to us by the Snowflake. Okay, so let me first of all tell you the definition of the zero copy cloning. Okay, so basically the zero copy cloning is a basically we are just doing the copy, we are creating a copy of any of the database, any of the schema, any of your table, or for the future purpose or for the testing purpose. Okay, so that's why we are just cloning all those things. Okay, and we call it as a zero copy cloning because if we will do the cloning of these tables, okay, then it will just create a snapshot of that table. If you are copy cloning any table, so it will just create a snapshot, and it will not cost you, and it will not create any type of storage also. Okay, so just it is a type of snapshot it will take. Okay, so let me read some of these points. Okay, so zero copy cloning creates a copy of the database schema or a table. Okay, you can create a copy of any of the database, or you can create a copy of a schema, you can create a copy of table. Okay, we will do this in practical. Okay, and after that you can read this: a snapshot of data present in the source object is taken when the clone is created and it is made available to the cloned object. Okay, so basically the snapshot of the, suppose that you are cloning any table, then the snapshot of that table will be created when you will clone that table, and it will be available to you as in the cloned object. Okay, and it will not cost any money, or it will by the Snowflake, and it will not take any storage as well. Okay, so this is just a snapshot only. Okay, and the cloned object is writable and is independent of the clone source. Okay, so the cloned object which we clone, suppose that we are cloning the table. Okay, so suppose that we have cloned a table, and this table I have given name as B. Okay, so A and B, these two tables are independent. There is no link between the cloned object and the source object. Okay, and whenever we will do changes in these tables separately, then it will not affect in the other table. Okay, we will discuss those things. Okay, so basically this is a zero copy cloning. Okay, it is just we are cloning any of these things, and we are using them for the testing or that purpose. Okay, so this is a zero copy cloning. Okay, and let me tell you some of the advantages of the zero copy cloning as well. Okay, so zero copy cloning saves you in the storage cost. As I have told you, it whenever you are doing the cloning, so it will not pay you the cost of that storage. Okay, so it saves your storage cost, and any DML update in the cloned will not affect on the source table. As I have told you earlier, the cloned object DML, whenever you will do any of the DML update, delete in the cloned table or in the source table, then these two tables, the clone table and the source table, these two tables are independent. They have not any link between this. Okay, and it also saves your time. Okay, so let's take a scenario. Suppose that you are a developer, and you want to test anything. Okay, so test in any of the schema or any of the table. Okay, so for testing you have to wait for the some time, and you have to wait for the admin to give you the access, to give you the permission of that and all this. Okay, so it will take lots of time in taking the permission from the admin, raising the ticket and resolving the ticket. Okay, so it will take a time. So if by doing the zero copy cloning, we can just simply clone our main data, and after that we can simply do the testing there. Okay, whatever testing we want. Suppose that we are not sure about any code and all this, so we can do the testing by creating the cloning table scheme or the database. Okay, so this is some of the advantages of the zero copy cloning. Okay, and it will just create a snapshot of that table schema or the database. Okay, so this is basically some of the points of the zero copy cloning, that what is zero copy cloning and what are the advantages of zero copy cloning. Okay, so now let me move to the practical part and let me show you that how can we create a your table clone, database clone or the schema clone. Okay, so first of all, let me move to the table cloning. Okay, so let me tell you how can you clone the table. Okay, so let me write the comment here, cloning a table. Okay, so for cloning a table, just give this syntax, create or replace. This is for table only, create or replace table. We are just creating one table, and let me give the table name as a user email and clone. Okay, so user email clone. Okay, I am creating this table user email clone. Okay, so first of all, let me show you that table which I want to clone here. Okay, so let me move to the Sky database, and you can see I have selected Sky database here, so that's why we will not give here database name dot schema name dot table name. Okay, so this is my user email table. Okay, so first of all, let me show you that data as well. Okay, select asterisk from user email, as I have used this table in my previous videos. Okay, so let me select this because it is taking these things as well. Okay, so let me select this and let me show you the data. Okay, so you can see we have 1000 rows here. Okay, and we have this data of 1000 rows in this table user email. Okay, so we will do the cloning of this table. Okay, and tell you that how can you clone any table. Okay, so this is the data, and I will do the cloning of this table user email. Okay, so I have for cloning a table, you have to just simply give create or replace table user email clone. I am giving this name for cloning table. Okay, I am creating the clone table with this name user email clone. Okay, so it will be understood by us that this is a cloned table and this is the source table. Okay, and after that you have to give this parameter of a clone only. Okay, you have to specify this word clone, and after that which table I am cloning. Okay, so I am cloning this table. Okay, so after that you have to give the table which you want to clone. Okay, so I want to clone this table. Okay, so I am creating this table user email clone, and I am cloning this table data into this cloned table. Okay, so basically this is a syntax for cloning any table. Okay, first of all you have to give this create or replace table, and you have to give the table name. Okay, and clone, after typing the clone, which table you want to clone. Okay, so I want to clone this user email table, so I will give this name user email. Okay, and suppose that you want to clone this time travel example table, so you can give this name here, clone time travel example, and here that what new name you want of that cloned table. Okay, so this is all about the syntax, how can you clone the table. Okay, so let me execute this, and now you will see here one table will be created with the name user email clone. Okay, so let me execute this first, and you can see it is executed, successfully created. You can say table user email is successfully created. Okay, so now let me refresh this left panel once, database objects. Then you can see here this is my original table which is having 1000 rows. Okay, and the data will also be cloned whenever you will clone a table, database or schema. Okay, so you can see this is my main source table, it is having 1000 record, and this is my cloned table which is also having 1000 record. Okay, so let me show you those records as well. Okay, so let me copy this and let me paste here, and the name of this clone table is user email clone. Okay, so let me execute this. Okay, so now you can see we have 1000 rows here also. We have successfully cloned the table, and we have successfully got the data of the source table as well. Okay, so here is the advantage, you can do the testing. Okay, so suppose that I want to perform any test or something like that in the table, then you can simply clone the table, and after that this is my cloned table, so we will do any type of manipulation, DML, DDL, any transaction. Okay, so this will this effect of this clone table data will not affect in the source table. Okay, so this is how we can clone a table. This is basically the syntax of cloning a table. Okay, by this way you can clone any of the table. Okay, so now let me tell you that how can you clone any of the schema. Okay, cloning a schema. Okay, cloning a schema. And for cloning a schema, the syntax will be just same: create or replace schema. This is a syntax for creating the schema. And let which schema I want to copy. Let me take some schema which is having some less tables, because if this is my sky schema. Okay, if we will clone this schema, then it will take lots of time, maybe it will take 2-3 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Okay, because we have lots of tables here. Okay, so that's why I am just choosing the schema which is having less tables. Okay, and whenever you will clone any of the schema, then by default the tables which are present in that schema will also be cloned with that schema. Okay, so let me take some another schema. Okay, so let me take this task schema. Okay, this is my table types schema and this is my task schema. Okay, so we will just clone this task schema. Okay, so for creating for cloning the schema, create or replace schema. And let me give, I want to clone this task schema, so we will give here tasks underscore copy task underscore a clone. Okay, let me give the clone. Okay, so my new schema will be created by the name of task clone. Okay, so we are just cloning which schema? This task schema. Okay, so let me give here tasks. Okay, so my this task schema will be cloned by the new name which is a tasks underscore clone. Okay, so my this schema will be cloned, and you can see here we have these 5 tables: cust admin, cust hr, and customer market, customer sales, and track load time. Okay, so these all the 5 files will be cloned whenever we will clone the schema. Okay, so now let me execute this, and now you will get your new schema with the new name, that is tasks underscore clone. Okay, so now you can see schema is now successfully created. And now let me refresh this once. Okay, so now you can see here we will get one schema. Okay, so you can see this is my database, and this is my main source schema, and this is my tasks clone. Okay, this is a schema which I have cloned. Okay, so you will see here we have these 5 tables as well in this cloned schema and in the source schema as well. Okay, so this is my source schema which I have cloned here in this here, and I have also got these 5 tables in this cloned schema as well. Okay, so this is the way by which you can clone the schema as well. Okay, and whenever you will clone the schema, then with that schema, those whatever the tables are present in that schema will also be cloned with the data. Okay, you can see here in the cust admin we have 6 rows. In this cust admin, in the cloned object we have also 6 rows, here in 0 rows, and here 5 rows in customer market. Here customer market we have 5 rows. So all these things will be cloned. Okay, and this is all about that how can you clone a schema. Okay, now let me clone a database as well. Okay, so cloning a database. Okay, let me show you all those things. For cloning a database, let me give the name create or replace. This is basic syntax for creating a database. Okay, and which database we will clone. Okay, let me select the database which is having not more. Okay, because this is my sky database and it is having these lots of schemas and tables. Okay, so it will take lots of time for cloning this. Okay, you can clone any of the database which you want. Okay, so here I am creating a video, so that's why we have to wait. Okay, it will take lots of time. Okay, so that's why I am just cloning this data underscore share schema, because we are having just here information schema and this public schema. Okay, so let me create or replace database, and let me give the name. This will be the clone of data share clone. Okay, and we are cloning which a data share schema. Okay, so we have to give the name here data underscore share. Okay, and this is the schema. Okay, and whenever you will do the cloning of any database, then if you will do the cloning of any of the database, then with the database all the schemas as well as all the tables including the data will also be cloned. Okay, so let me execute this, and you can see here we have 2 schemas, and what are the tables? We have this table customer underscore csv share, and it is having 200 rows. Okay, so these all things will be cloned. Okay, so you can see my statement is successfully executed. So now let me refresh once, and now you can see this is my data share, this is my source schema, okay, and which I have cloned, okay, and this is my data share clone. This is my cloned schema which I have cloned from this schema, okay, and you can just compare those things as well, okay. So this is my data share source schema. It is having public schema and it has this table customer CSV share, and we have 200 rows here, okay, and here in the cloned schema as well we got this table and we got the data as well, okay, 200 rows, okay. So the basic thing is that whenever you will clone any top thing means whenever you will clone any of the database, then in cloning the database, all the schemas including tables will also be cloned, okay, whenever you will clone the database, okay, whatever things are present in that database, all the things will be cloned whenever you will do the cloning of the database, okay. And whenever you will do the cloning of any of the schema, then whatever tables are present in that schema, all the tables will also be cloned whenever you will do the cloning of schema, okay. And whenever you will do the cloning of the table, then it will clone all the table with the it will clone that table with the data, okay. So that's a scenario, that's properties of these things of cloning, okay. So you can see this is my data share clone, okay. So by this way you can clone a schema, okay. So now we have cloned all the three things. First of all, we have cloned the data table, and after that we have cloned the schema, and after that we have cloned the database, okay. So now let me tell you that how can you drop all those things, okay. So before dropping, let me tell you one scenario, okay. Let me tell you this point, okay. I have told you this point, any DML update to the cloned table will not affect on the source table, okay. So now let me do this thing in practical, then you will better understand that thing, okay. So let me first of all update some record, okay. So let me type here comment, then you will better understand those things, okay. So updating data in source table. First of all, we will upload means update any data in the source table, and cloned object as well, cloned objects, and observing both the tables, okay, after cloning and before cloning, okay. Okay, this is the scenario which we will do here for verifying our this second point. The second point is any DML update to the clone table will not affect on the source object, okay. So we will just verify this thing, okay. First of all, let me make some of the changes, okay. So let me type here making changes in source table, okay. First of all, we will do changes in the source table, okay. So what is my source table? Let me show you that table. Select asterisk from, okay. So we have cloned this table user email, okay. Let me show you that thing. We have cloned this table user email, okay. So let me see the data from the original table, okay. Let me maximize this sky database and sky schema, and after that here we have cloned table, and we have this is my source table and this is my clone table, okay. My data is successfully cloned from these tables, and we have 1000 rows here also in source table and 1000 rows here also in the clone table, okay. So let me check the data from the source table, okay. Let me select this one, okay. User email, okay. What it is select as, what it is showing select as, okay. User email, okay. I got this, guys. I have selected here data share, okay. So we have to give here database name as well, sky dot user email, okay. So now let me execute this one, okay. Let me select here database which I am using. I am using sky database, and the schema is also sky, okay. Now we will not have to specify this database name dot schema name again and again, okay. So now you can see here we have, this is my source table, okay. And now let me update some record here, okay. So for updating, let me update some record. Update user email, this is my table name, and we are just updating the first name, okay. This first name is Zacharias, okay. So let me set this first underscore name is equals to let me give this ABCDEF, okay. ABCDEF, okay. And let me give the ID as well, where ID equals to 1. This is ID equals to 1, okay. So we are putting the where condition, okay. So this is update user email, and we are just updating this name Zacharias here, where user ID is 1, okay. So now let me execute this, okay. So now you can see one row is now successfully updated. And now let me check this data as well. Okay, so let me copy this here again and let me execute this. Okay, so you can see this is my id1. And let me give here select asterisk from this, and let me get this record only. Okay, where id is equals to 1, then you will understand. Okay, so now let me execute this. Okay, so you can see we have got this record, and now my name is successfully updated in the table as abcdef. Okay, earlier it was Zacharias. Okay, as I have told you. Okay, so we have successfully uploaded not we have successfully updated the data in our source table. Okay, this is my source table user email. Okay, and now let's verify this in the source table that uh, we have got this record updated in the source in the cloned table or not. Okay, so my cloned table name is this user email clone. Okay, and now let me execute this statement for cloned table. Okay, and now you can see in the cloned table the record is not updated. Okay, this is just a Zacharis only. Okay, and but here in the source table, this is my source table. In the source table we have this record with abcdefh. Okay, abcdef only. Okay, but in this is record of my source table. We have done changes in the source table, but that changes is not reflecting in the cloned table. Okay, and let me execute this one. Okay, so you can see in the cloned table I have this record. Okay, old record only. Okay, so this is proving that whenever we will do any of the changes, any of the dml manipulation in the source table, then the cloned table will not be affected, and the data which we are manipulating in the source table will not be impact on the data of the cloned object. Okay, cloned table. Okay, so these two tables, user email source table and user email clone table, these two tables are working independently and they have no link in between them. Okay, so that's why whenever we have updated any record in the source table, it is not reflecting in the cloned table. Okay, so that's a basic difference which I want to tell you. Okay, and now let me write the comment first here. Listing records of cloned table. Okay, so we are getting the different records. Okay, because these two tables are independent. Okay, and that's a proof of this statement. Any dml update in the clone table will not affect on the source table. Okay, and now let me give some changes in the cloned table and observe that cloned table changes is reflecting in the source table or not. Okay, so let me making changes, let me copy these things only. Okay, instead of writing and wasting time again and again, let me paste these things here. Making changes in the cloned table. Okay, so we will do changes in the clone table. Okay, so my clone table name is user email clone, or let me check the data. So you can see this is my cloned table records where first name is Zacharis only. Okay, and now we are just updating here one record. Okay, user email, and let me type here user email clone. Okay, and let now this time I am just setting this name as let me select one name. Just I am just selecting sky coding. Okay, where id is 1. So here in the place of Zacharis, the name will be changed, modified to the sky coding. Okay, and now let me execute this command. Okay, and now let me check the data in the clone table, and now you will see my sky coding is reflected here in the cloned table only, because we have done the changes in the cloned table. Okay, and now let's check this in the source table, that this sky coding is reflecting in the source table or not. Okay, so obviously it will not impact there. Okay, because these two tables are independent. Okay, so now you can see this is my source table, and here the first name is abcdef only. Okay, so it means that whenever we will do any changes in the cloned table, then that change will not be reflect in the source table, and whenever we will do changes in the source table and observing the result, observing the impact in the clone table, then source table impact data will also not be impact in the cloned table. Okay, so the basic thing, overall thing is that these two tables, clone table and the source table, these two tables are just a independent thing. Okay, and this is about the table, and you can say that any of the cloned object are just independent. Okay, and let me tell you those things as well. Okay. Okay, first of all, this is all about this cloning. Okay, and we have just verified you also that whenever you will do any of the changes in the clone table and as well as in the source table, then these changes will not be reflected in the each other table, and these two tables are independent. Okay, so that's a proof which I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is all about this zero copy cloning of the table. Okay, and let me tell you about the database and schema as well. Okay, and suppose that this is my schema task clone, and this is my source schema, and this is my clone schema. So if you will create any table in this task schema, then that table will not be reflected in this task clone, because these two schemas are now independent. Okay, and whenever you will create or do any of the changes in the cloned object, that is task clone schema, then that DML manipulation will not also reflect in the source object. Okay, so because these two objects, schemas, task or source object, this is, and this is cloned object, these two are independent. Okay, and same goes to the database as well. Okay, and whenever you will create any new table schema in the data in the source database, then that table or schema will not be reflect in the cloned object, and if you will create any of the table schema in the cloned object, then that clone object DML manipulation will not affect in the database, which is a source database. Okay, so that's these two databases, source and clone, are a different thing, and they are working just independently. Okay, so the overall thing is that the source object and the cloned object work, they will work independently, they will not have any link, and the source object DML manipulation or DDL will not affect in the cloned object, and the cloned object DDL or DML manipulation will not affect on the source object. Okay, so these two are independent thing. Okay, so that's all about the these things of zero copy cloning and a verification of this point. Okay, any DML update to the clone table will not be affect on the source table. Okay, as is independent of the cloned source. Okay, I have told you these things. Okay, so now what we have done, we have cloned all these things. Okay, so now let me just drop all those things as well. Okay, so how can you drop those things? Okay, so now let me drop those things. Okay, so first of all, we have created the table. Okay, so now let me drop table, and the table name is this user email clone. Okay, so we will just drop this table first. So you can see my table is now successfully dropped, and now we will drop the schema as well. Okay, drop schema, and the schema name is tasks online. Okay, so tasks and underscore and clone. Okay, sorry, clone is not online. Okay, so by this drop schema, we can clone any of the schema. Okay, so we have successfully dropped this cloned schema as well, and now let me drop the database as well. Okay, let me drop and database. Okay, so the database which I have cloned is data underscore share clone. Okay, so let me give that name as well here, data underscore share and underscore a clone. Okay, so by this way we have successfully dropped all the cloned schemas and all the cloned objects. Okay, so you can see this is my there is only one schema here, there is one database data share, and there is one table only user email. Okay, so we have, first of all, we have cloned all the objects, and now we have just dropped all the objects as well. Okay, and suppose that I have dropped these cloned objects by mistake. Suppose that you have dropped any of the object in the snowflake by mistake, then how can you get back those data? Okay, so there is a one feature in the snowflake is available of the time travel, that by doing the time travel you can query the historical data, means query the historical objects. Okay, suppose that I have dropped this table. Okay, and we have very important data in this table. Okay, and I want this back data. Okay, and I want this table to be back. Okay, then how can we do that? We will do all those things by using the time travel, retention period, fail safe, and all those things. Okay, so we will discuss all about the time travel, and we will do the undrop of these things, and we will get the historical data after dropping the table, schema, database. Okay, we will discuss all about the time travel in the upcoming video, in the next video. Okay, the next video will be on the just the time travel. Okay, so that's all about the zero copy cloning. I hope this concept and lab is now clear about the zero copy cloning. Okay, and in the next video we will discuss about the time travel. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Meet you soon in the next very interesting tutorial.